Hello and welcome to Footy Judgmo, Onana's Howler, Inter comeback on Arsenal. I have saved a lot of tweets with Arsenal fans saying that the Champions League is ours. It's unfreaking believable. You guys won't believe how many Arsenal fans already said the Champions League is ours, and it's absolutely sensational. But they were brilliant today. They absolutely destroyed Lens. And Man United, when Bruno Fernandes decided to have the game of his life and absolutely be brilliant, Onana decided, hold my beer. I'm going to fuck this up for you and the rest of the Man United fan base, of course. We absolutely scammed Man United as Inter fans, even though that's in hindsight because we didn't see that coming. It looks like the club destroys everyone. But I'm here with a great panel. We'll talk about Manchester United. Arsenal, are they winning the Champions League or what? Manchester United, are they out? I'm here with two miserable Manchester United fans. Of course, they are miserable because they thought they would win. I thought they'd freaking win, to be honest. I was so sure they would win 3-1. The game is in their pocket. And apparently, it's not about Rashford being out or not. But Rhino's here with me, and Naji's here with me. And how are you guys feeling? I hope you're good.
Go on, Naji. You go, man.
How am I feeling,
Just simple, because I need to
How
introduce
am I
everybody
feeling,
else.
man? Oh, man. Listen, the result is what it is at the end of the day. But my man, this ONANA, man, yesterday I just gave him props. Like, I finished my
Yes, you
video.
did.
You know what I mean? 2 days ago, I was like, you know what, broski? I appreciate you wanting to be brought in for your kicking abilities and whatnot. But really and truly, that's not what the hype's been about. It's been all about his saving the past 4 or 5 games. You know what I mean? And realistically, like, it's all good in that hyping his saving. That's what you're meant to do as a keeper. But does that change what De Gea did last season when it's the saving aspect? Because the kicking ain't going to happen. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not been the glorified part of his game that he's been getting hyped for. So, at least maintain the saving ability, and then you just drop howler after howler.
Yeah.
Just like that, man. He's got the form of Harry Maguire. Like, he'll come out, give big chat, have 2-3 games where he's sick, and then all of a sudden he goes back to being Harry Maguire. It's like, broski, come on now.
Let me introduce the rest. I'm here, of course, with Giuseppe buzzing, Canopy buzzing, and I invited Will for both parties, for Manchester United and for Arsenal today, because he was talking about Arsenal last time, and I got tons of comments. And Will, appreciate you involving in the comment section after the show, of course, responding to Arsenal fans. But let me just, the Arsenal guys, Canopy, Tunnel TV, buzzing today. Giuseppe, you guys are absolutely sensational performance by Arsenal. Top of the group already with the game in hand.
Yeah, listen, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, man. You play a team like Lens, they're not very good. Let's not come out and act like they're Real Madrid or Bayern. But when you play a team like that, what you want to do is win the game in the first half, and we won the game within an 11-minute period. So now next game, there's no pressure. We can rest, we can rotate, we can do what we want. And yeah, it's fun. And it's fun when other people don't get the result and you do, We all know what it's like.
Canopy, you're live, bro. You're good? You're kicking? You're live?
I'm good. I'm just editing some clips on the side. Basically, what more can I say? It's we're meant to finish top of the group. I'm not surprised that we finished top of the group. It was expected. And we just hope that we get a very good draw, hopefully meet Copenhagen. Hopefully we get Copenhagen or somebody light. Hopefully. I don't want to meet a Real Madrid or even an Inter Milan.
I thought Arsenal saying, "Give me anybody." That's what I've seen a lot of tweets about that. Give me anybody. I'm not scared of anyone.
You can't really live off what people say off social media. Every social media is
social media is actually a pure reflection of what is happening in real life.
No, it's not. It's not. Please. It's not. It's full of lunatics, please. Come on, man.
No.
It is bottom of the barrel, man.
You are on Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Naji on Twitter. Rhino's on Twitter. Okay,
yeah,
the other ones are on Twitter that they go to the games as well.
Majority, bro. Just listen, anomalies. The exception doesn't make the rule on social media.
No, I actually think that Twitter is a reflection of what actually the fan base feels.
People use their faith. Right.
The person who even owns Twitter is a crazy person.
Twitter,
Come on.
Instagram, Facebook. I actually, if you exclude all of this, where are the fans?
No, I mean,
Who are
if,
the
you, if,
fans?
if, if you're talking about people who are using their faces on social media, I agree with Mo, right? But if you're talking about one guy with 35 sock accounts that are all somebody else's photograph, right?
Yeah, but
Can't.
what I mean is that people keep saying Twitter, 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 but this is how fans feel. Like, we are the minority. We are not the majority. We
Yeah,
are
but
the people that are here on this show are the minority. I
Mo,
promise you, we
come
are.
on, Mo. The majority of people that use social media to vent, yeah, are just like they're just emotional freaks, man.
And they are
I'll
real
keep it
people.
100.
They are
Yeah,
real
they're like
people.
OTC. So really and truly, if we're having a genuine discussion over football, you have to put feelings
Okay.
aside and get
You
deep.
mean objective, right?
Yeah.
90,
Like
90,
you're not gonna
okay, but
find
the
that on
real
there, man.
world, Najee, 90% of people aren't objective. They are subjective people. So
Yes,
that's
but
what I mean.
there is
Twitter
a
is a
balance, bro.
reflection
There's no
of
balance on
90.
social media.
I get what you're saying.
That's why I've got people like ignoring the simple fact they couldn't even celebrate a Bruno goal today because they hate him that much. Imagine being a Man United fan, you hate a player that much that you can't even go, "Oh my god, what a goal!" That's crazy. That's not. I can't put them in the supporters barrel.
No,
I
no, they
dislike
are
Maguire.
supporters. They are
You know I
supporters.
dislike Maguire more than anybody.
Yes.
You will find tweets where I'm like, "Fair play, my man." Why? Because it enables my team to do well. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a level. So social media. Listen, I'll be honest.
They are
Bottom of the
real
barrel,
people.
man.
They
Bottom
are
of the
real
barrel.
people. They are real. Anyway, let me introduce the last one. We got one more by popular demand. He asked to be live with Will. Actually, he did actually ask to be live with Will. He's here, and let me get him in, of course. My man Olo is here. You're happy, buzzing, of course.
What's,
And
Oh, man looks like
what's up?
Tyrese still. Tyrese from thingy.
You know what? I'll take that, you know, because I get fat Lukaku, man. So I'll take
No,
Tyrese.
take Tyrese, bro. Take Tyrese. My guy.
Guy said,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
sweet
Lukaku."
lady, won't you be my sweet love
Sweet
all
lover.
the time?
Yes.
I'll
Yes,
be
my
there. I'm gonna finish when you need me. Just call. I don't know the rest now. That's it.
okay,
That's
so
a
let
bad
we
tune, though,
start.
still.
Listen, there's
on,
250
now.
people
Banger
here.
song.
There's
Come on,
250 people
Rhino
here.
knows.
I
Bubble
don't know this
bubble
song.
bath behavior. That rhythm. Sorry, Mo. It's bubble bath behavior.
Listen, I want to just let me just say something to the people in the chat. There's 250 people here, guys. Hit that like button so we can build this community up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also, I just want to say something to the people. You guys, tons of people tagged me on Twitter when Inter was 3-0 down in a game that we rotated 10 players and the game didn't matter. Just to get that out of the way, the game didn't matter for the people that don't know math. We still, even if we lost one, drew, we have to win the last game against Sociedad to top the group. So this game didn't matter. We rotated 10 players out of the starting 11. And the players that were rotated knew that this game doesn't matter. And we still came back. So everybody away at Benfica from 3-0 down. So hold that. We are one of the best teams in the world. So let's get Inter out of the way. That's done with Inter now. Let's talk about Onana and how we scammed Manchester United. Right? And I'm going to say one
Yo,
thing.
Mo, you dropped your violin when you said that. You know, I swear.
It's absolutely, listen, that's the
Just
reality.
there, bro.
I got tagged 80 times within 5 minutes after the third goal.
Crazy.
Okay, somehow people and I'm like, the game doesn't matter. But anyway, listen, people actually, and this is my say about Onana, and I'm gonna let the panel, of course, have their say and talk, of course, because they're my guests. Onana was amazing at Inter last year, kicking, shot stopping. Go check the percentages. Had 8 clean sheets in the Champions League. He's the one of the main reasons why Inter reached the final of the Champions League. He was amazing in the final against Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola himself said that we couldn't press Inter because they have Onana. We couldn't play our game because they have Onana. Man United paid the money for this. It's not my freaking problem that your club turned the goalkeeper into shit. Why is it my problem?
Wow.
Why is it my problem? I'm being serious because, again, I was DM'd and I was tagged by people saying, why is Onana shit? Why is it my problem when Inter reached a Champions League final and he was amazing at Inter and not a purple patch? It was the whole season since he took over from our first goalkeeper. He was brilliant. He had some moments, but I can't remember a howler like against Bayern, Copenhagen, like against today, with the game you played. Galatasaray, I can't remember a howler. So it's not Inter's problem, and we didn't hype him up. He was brilliant. He was being talked about the best 5 goalkeepers in the world against Ederson, Allison, and the rest. So it's not my problem. Now let the Man United guys have their say.
Go for it, right on, bro.
Before the Man United fans go, can I just say one thing, right? And this is what the Man United fans themselves. This is what happens when you watch one game, you extrapolate it for a whole career. Because the reality is this: most Man United fans never watched Onana play either at Ajax on a game by game basis or at Inter on a game by game basis. What they did was they took the Champions League final and they said, "Oh, this is who this keeper is," right? So now reality is coming to bite you in the backside because you didn't know what you were getting. And this is not saying that he was crap or I knew or other fans knew he was crap. It's just that you were hyping up to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and you had no facts and no data to back that up. You just went off one game and extrapolated.
What the heck are you waffling? I am not a Man. I'm an Inter fan. What are you talking about? I watched every single game. The guy was amazing in the league. The guy was amazing in the Champions League. What are you talking about?
Mo, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Man United
the people watched one game and then said he's the best goalkeeper in the world?
Mo, how many times have I said people who say they sign a player and they act like the player is world class, but they really see one game with that player? This happens a lot. So this is football fans. But anyways, I'll continue later about Onana. I'll leave it to the Man United fans to sort of speak for themselves.
We must, here you go. Daniel said, we must have sent a twin or something. He must have left his brother in Cameroon and sent his brother. That can't be the same guy.
Drop lyrics, Rhino, man.
Listen, all I can do is speak for myself, innit? I don't know Mo's going on with this whole...
You represent the whole fan base.
Nah, listen, I represent what I think, innit? Because at the end of the day, all fan bases have different perspectives of things, you feel me? Some are more calmer than others, some have more patience than others. For me, as I'm going to say continuously, I'm not that annoyed. I already thought it was out of the Champions League. I already know how bad Man United is. So I'm not going to get upset again and again at the same thing that I know is already a problem. You know, there's no point. So all I can do is look at all the positives that we've had that we never had before. The negatives remain the same. Everything you saw in this game, we did against Tottenham. We did against Arsenal. Whether we played good for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, there's their mentality that we don't have. We don't hold leads. It's clear. So I'm not gonna get upset over and over again at the same thing that I know is already there. Cool. For me, we were missing clinical edge. That's what I'm starting to see a lot more now.
You scored 3 goals. What do you mean clinical edge?
Listen, let me land.
No, I'm not gonna let you.
Do you know what it is, Mo?
With you. I love
okay, Mo. Okay.
I love your opinion.
Before you rebuttal, yeah.
Back and go.
All right,
let's
go.
Have a conversation back and go. Right. Let's have a
say what you're gonna say. Say what you're gonna say.
You scored 3 goals. That's my response to you. You lack clinical edge. I'm not gonna cut you off. Let's have a conversation back and forth.
Yeah.
3 goals.
So what I want to say, is the same as Everton. We scored 3 goals at Everton, but we played worse. We actually played worse in the Everton game than we played in this game. That is facts. So the difference is the result. But this result was based on one goalkeeper. If Onana didn't do the 2 howlers, we wouldn't have the same sort of conversation. We might say, okay, you know what, we won, but we played better, blah, blah, blah. But trust me, it wouldn't be as damning as it is. So for me, everyone's just, I don't know, it's not that deep. I never thought we were going to win the Champions League anyway. I thought we was already out from it was 4-3. So why am I going to moan about that? We're out now. What? So we win the group. Are we going to win the Champions League? It's pointless. I don't know. What do we... Like, we know how bad Man United are, so why do we want to win? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Maybe
you were not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going on to I'm going on to it now. So that's why I take the positives. We've now seen a game that we've actually played good for at least 60% of the game. Maybe give or take more or less. Yeah, that's better from the original 25%, 30%. So I take my positives and I put it on Onana. You scammed us. Mo, you scammed us.
We did. To be honest, yes, we did.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I've got patience for Onana, and I understand what Neji's saying about the whole, you know what, we need him for his feet ability and the fact that we don't have a front four that can cater to his the pros about Onana. Fine, fair enough. This is on Onana. I just don't understand. A 5-year-old can save the shots he's letting in, and that's the problem, you know. He had a good start during the start of the game, but then
Oh.
these goals that are costing us, it's crazy. It's crazy.
By the way,
it's
guys,
crazy.
Can I cut you off? This is Anthony,
Yeah,
an
go on.
Inter fan, but at 25 years Man United fan from Australia. This is my partner in time. This is the guy that made me go into YouTube. By the way, I don't know who got out of the. I think it's Olu. Okay, but Anthony is a Man United fan for 25 years. People, 25.
Bro, I'm so sorry. I was actually meant to click the link with Bruno to go on Inter Worldwide. I've just completely accidentally clicked the link. Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Forza Inter and Onana is just costing everyone money, points, games, everything above. That's the biggest rinse since we rinsed Chelsea for Lukaku. That's an absolute joke. So peace to everyone and peace and love from Southwest Sydney. Bless you all and your families. Take care.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see the positives. A lot of, like, when I was on the panel earlier and everyone was just upset and emotional. I understand that. And just because I have more patience and a bit of understanding to seeing the positives, it doesn't make me any less or more of a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I just take the positives from it and keep it moving. It hurts because we actually played well and didn't need to lose that. That's what burns me the most. But other than that, I just have to try and take the positives and keep it stepping, man.
Let me do super chats, and there are some questions to Naji. Queen Nadra here is saying, I think the problem with United is not Ten Hag, only the players. Distant perform. Huh?
I think
they didn't perform great. Onana makes mistake. I think that's echoes what Ryan is saying, that she didn't like the players, makes mistakes, but every goalkeeper have a stinker sometimes. The problem is it's not only this time, Queen
Bad
Nadra.
stinkers as well, man.
It's stinker.
It's his fault that we're out there Champions League.
Yeah.
I think.
JW is saying Onana has a bright future in MMA or WWE. It is my thing about that.
He can't use his hands, so I don't know how he's gonna have a good future in any of them sports, man. He can't even use his hands.
Onana for the double. It's saying Onana, we'll see you at Anfield soon. Here's a question for Naji. What Rhino's saying, what Rhino just said is that the performances were okay, but the goalkeeper made mistakes. Here is my question to you. You spent 50 million pounds on this guy. There is no alternative. Do you think this guy will come good, Onana? Because it doesn't matter how much the team can improve. If you don't have a competent goalkeeper, nothing is going to improve for your club. I know that for a fact because we had this situation at Inter before. Do you believe he's going to come good at some point and you're going to get your money's worth?
I believe he could. I don't believe he will. The only reason I don't believe he will is because I don't think the manager's going to last the length of time that is needed to put a team and a squad of players together that allow him to at least utilize his attributes, which is his distribution, in my opinion, to its best ability. When you look at that Inter team, how you played, and he was pinging balls left, right, and centre. The way that you bypassed City, just with those balls over the top and the accuracy you had, and again the control that your team had ultimately to bring those balls down and work something from it. We don't have that. We can only, I said it in the group chat with Rhino, I said, we only look sick if we ping balls and Højlund's on the pitch. If Onana hits a long ball and Højlund's there, more time we're holding the ball up and we're creating something from it. If we don't have him there, our wingers don't bring the ball down. Our midfield is ultimately shocking. They don't win like first headers, etc., etc. So the kicking out the back part is only really for distributing in and around his area when we're in the final third. Yes, is it good? Of course it is. Only when Kobe Mino plays, in my opinion. Because Kobe Mino is the sixth that...
I actually thought he made a mistake today. Can I cut you off? I thought Amrabat and Kobe Mino, because Amrabat was very good, by the way, in terms of like breaking the lines passing. You should have kept both. You lost control. The game went into a ping pong back and forth when they only had Kobe Mino in front of
I agree. I think McTominay should have been sent off for not sent off but taken off for Mino and then had Amrabat and Mino because Amrabat needed the legs next to him. But that's a different conversation. For me, you're talking about the goalkeeper, and I'm just looking at to answer your question in the long term. I can't see it working out fully. It could if the manager gets enough time to get the profiles in to play the way he wants to play. But overall, like I said before, and again, I got hounded down for it. You're all there. You all witnessed it. I got hounded down for saying we shouldn't have bought Onana this season. I don't mind changing the goalkeeper. We didn't need to spend the money there. We need to prioritize on forwards. I need 2 clinical forwards before we actually don't go and start making changes, such as the goalkeeper. Because if you're going to bring in a keeper that can kick better, and let's be honest, there's going to be people out there now who are backtracking saying, I just wanted I just wanted De Gea gone because of his, he's finished, blah, blah, blah. No, let's keep it 1,000. You wanted him in because you hated De Gea's kicking ability. You screamed every time he made a decent pass or a shit pass, and you thought Onana was going to change all of that. It hasn't happened.
Plus
and
his
now,
howlers.
and now the fan base, are licking their lips and rimming batioles over flipping clean sheets, which apparently last season you weren't allowed to talk about clean sheets for De Gea because it had nothing to do with De Gea. But now you want to hype up clean sheets. You want to hype up Onana saving the ball out of the back of the net for the past 5-6 games, which is ultimately what De Gea was doing anyway, minus the mistake. So what have we really replaced, and where's that money going? We should have put that money ultimately on 2 clinical forwards because we scored 58 Ross Clark goals in a season last season. 58. And people are trying to tell me the keeper was the issue. No, the keeper was a issue. He was not the issue. The biggest issue was not putting the ball in the back of the net. And ultimately, this is why I said Ten Hag prioritized the signings wrong. He shouldn't have gone and got Onana. Shouldn't have done that unless you're going to replace the goal-saving abilities that De Gea brings to that team. If you can't do that, be patient. You had the second, I think you had the first or second best defensive record in the league, one of the top defensive records in Europe last season. And that wasn't just down. And again, Man United, that's why I say, Mo, the fans online will have you believe De Gea had nothing to do with that clean sheet record and that defensive record. No, he had a lot to do with that.
That's what we're told, by the way, actually. I actually believe you. That's what we're told. Anybody else can chime in, by the way?
Yeah.
By the way, guys, it's not only
That's me, man. That's me, man.
Let me jump in. Let me jump in
bro.
very quickly, and then
bro.
so I mean, first of all, you signed Hush Puppy, you didn't sign Onana, right? So obviously there was fraudulent. You signed Hush Puppy, not Onana. You've signed a fraud, basically.
Yeah. Fair play.
Listen, there's a couple of people
now, gee, these guys are not coming for objective talk. You got
no, listen,
you can imagine that.
Wait, listen.
There's drop lyrics. You can do his thing, man.
There's a couple of people from the continent, and one thing I've always said is this, right? Listen, when we were given all the talents in the world, right? The one thing that we weren't given was goalkeeping. I can't think of many great goalkeepers from the continent. And I always say AFCON is hilarious when it happens because the goalkeeping is just fantastic, to say the least, right? And so, like, for me, Onana was just, I was just waiting for this to happen, to be honest. I was just waiting for this to happen because I
don't know if this underlined racism. I have no idea.
Well, I'm from there, so I understand.
I don't know. I'm African as well, but I can't speak on it. Like, I didn't know.
No, anyone who's watched AFCON could see some of the goalkeeping that happens in the tournament, and this isn't surprising to me, to be honest. But the one thing I'll say about Onana is this, right? And I used to be a goalkeeper, so again, I can diss myself as when I was younger. I used to be a goalkeeper in my school all the way till I think I was about 18. Then I was too short. The reality is that his fundamentals, when you watch him, no, I'm only 5'11". Goalkeepers are meant to be 6'4", 6'5".
No, Fabian Barthez, fam.
I mean, again, you said Fabian Barthez. Case in point. The point is this: goalkeepers, right? His fundamentals are so off. He tries to save every shot with 2 hands. That's one thing. If you just notice, just watch him. One thing that De Gea was very good at when he actually used to save those shots, you go, what the hell was that? Actually, his positioning was great. Where he started diving for was great, and normally he went with 1 hand versus 2 hands. The reality is that I think most United fans, they essentially forgot about some of the absolutely fantastic saves that De Gea used to pull out. Some of the saves that you go, what the hell? I mean, how did he do that? And they thought that was just natural. De Gea was a freak of nature when it came to like reflex saves, when it came to reflexes. And so now, what's the reality setting in that actually there are goalkeepers not as good as De Gea. And so yes, what they wanted with sort of kicking out is great. Sorry, it's great. It looks good. But the reality is that a goalkeeper is keeping the ball out of the back of the net. And if he's crap and his reflexes aren't great, then I'm sorry, you've taken a step back. And for me, Onana is just proving to me what I said when they signed him. I said it's jest. And I kept saying, my United fans will start to see that actually the reality of what they've hyped him up to be to the reality of what he is going to be so different. And I think it's time to show right now.
I know. Let me do this. I know. Let me do this. JW is saying easier to score in a brothel or Man United or against Man United. Listen, with Onana there, I think it's easier against Man United. Like any shot is dangerous now. Any, and I mean it. Hakim Ziyech didn't even think twice about the second free kick. He just put it in an area where he knows a mistake will happen. Strela from Manila is saying, "Yo, Mo, why is Will here?
Oh,
this is your UEFA Champions League night." So the reason why I invited Will, by the way, is that I wanted his opinion on Arsenal today after winning 6-0. Does he still think they're not fluid enough? And now I'm going to get in with the Arsenal boys and see what they think. But we're still talking about Manchester United, at least for a little bit. So anybody wanted to chime in?
Yeah.
People,
though,
and we like the
before-
video, people. There's about
I
350
gotta
of you
I gotta
here.
say though before we jump on.
Yes.
Your chat is already rattled, and I haven't even said one word yet. I live rent free in these Arsenal fans' heads.
I've got a bit of a different opinion on Onana. I think Onana was like what Onana is at Man United is what Inter sold them. I just think that Onana's a luxury goalkeeper, a luxury player that Man United ain't built for right now. I think he needs a well-oiled machine in front of him. You put Onana in Arsenal, you put Onana in Man City that has a defense in front of him that's capable of controlling the game and a team that controls the game correctly and has 70% possession and don't really give away chances. I think Onana's a top quality keeper. Inter Milan, Italian teams are known for that exact thing. They might not be the best up top, but defensively, they're structured. The team as a whole is structured, and that's what someone like Onana needs. I think Man United just ain't there yet. If Man United needed to sort their spine out before sorting their goalie out, in my opinion, and I think to let De Gea go was a shocker in itself. I think you have De Gea and Onana, if anything, because then you can be saying to Onana, "You're on the bench now, mate. You fix your ideas up." So that's my thoughts.
Why are we forgetting that De Gea ran out of contract and asked for 250K? Why are we forgetting that?
Didn't they give him 250K? Then pull back.
What happened is What happened is we offered him a contract that he accepted, right? A renewal he accepted, and then they revised the contract, and then he didn't accept the new contract terms. Like, what are you doing? And then Ten Hag then put the nail in the coffin and said, "Yeah, we're going to move you on." Whatever that decision is, cool. But then think about it. We didn't just buy one keeper this season. We bought 2 goalkeepers. So you're telling me the second goalkeeper that we bought, yeah, you're telling me the price that we spent for him and his wages couldn't have just gone on De Gea's with new wages anyway? Are you stupid? And then you're telling me that second goalkeeper won't be better than De Gea? This club's dumb, you know. This club is dumb.
I'm not stupid. Did he just call me stupid?
No, not you specifically. Yeah, just I'm saying, is this club stupid? Like, we literally got Mr. Blobby flipping DOF, just there rolling his eyes, rubbing his belly.
He might not accepted 1-year contract. He might have wanted 2-3 years. But I thought you should have another goalkeeper. Anybody else want to chime in about Man United?
Listen, iron sharpens iron. That's the saying, right? You have 2 keepers fighting for one position. It only makes it better, right? So I think they should have kept De Gea, because if this is happening, you could at least swap round.
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what's crazy? Yeah? De Gea's still having lunch with the man. He goes out to dinner in Manchester. He sits around the table, yeah, with Varane, flipping Bruno and them lot, Lindelof. They're sitting around tables eating dinner. You telling me they're not talking? You're trying to tell me they're not like on WhatsApps? De Gea's probably still in the Man United group chat. I'm not even joking. This is ridiculous. But he ain't got a contract. He's just like, yeah, I'm just going to wait till they ask me to come back because they're stupid enough to do so. Watch January, first signing, De Gea. Watch.
De Gea, first signing in January. Whoa, guys, almost 400 people here. Can we get at least 200 likes? Hit that like button underneath
come on,
the like
people.
chat.
Smash the likes, man.
Come on, people. The like button helps the channel massively. It's the only way we're going to grow this community. Come on, people.
Tyree, sing to them, bro. Sing to them. Give them something to like.
Queen Nadra, Karius or Onana. Listen, this year, Loris Karius. Listen, if you are by yourself, the reason why your club got out of the Champions League and lost on all that money, people think the Champions League, because Rhino came here and said, but I didn't expect to win the Champions League. It's not only about that. Your club is struggling for money at the moment to sign players. The Champions League money would have helped. And if the goalkeeper cost you, and I believe you didn't play bad in the Champions League. That's my problem, though. You didn't play that bad in all the games. You could have had a point against Bayern. You could have won this game comfortably, and you could have been in a way more comfortable position. We could have been looking at Manchester United in the round of 16, and it's only because of Onana. It's not because of the manager. It's because of Andre Onana. Kennedy wanted to say something. I don't know if anybody
on Manchester United,
or you don't.
What more can I say? They're a joke. I can't really talk about that club right now. The problem is Manchester United are like a Jekyll and Hyde this season. They're very good in the Premier League lately. But in the Champions League, they're just all over the place. In the Premier League, they have won like I think 5 out of 6, I think, and they're looking good in the Premier League. I just think they need to get out of Europe, focus on the Premier League, and just start again next season. I just think Europe this year is not Manchester United's thing. That's just what I feel.
I want to hear Will's take, man. He's a neutral. I know, obviously, you're Europa League
Neutral.
Yeah,
We're not even in any European.
exactly. I know. I just wanted you to say that, bro.
But on Manchester United, no, look, I think the problem that you guys have is similar to a problem that we had over the last couple of years, and you got a lot of dead wood that is just a cancer in your club, and you have people like, I don't know if a lot of people have realized it or not, but Tottenham's actually restructured a whole lot. We fired everybody from academy to everybody, you know, Paratici, all those guys are gone, right? Like, it's been a completely new, you know,
Like
group
an
of
overhaul.
people. Yeah, an overhaul. You guys just need an overhaul, man. Like, I think you have quality players, and I think that there are times you're going to see times where you guys play football, but without, I think, you know, a solid foundation for that team to sit on, you guys you're just not going to be consistent. And right now, I mean, you had Lindelof and Maguire. Like, Maguire's got to be gone, right? Like,
He's been playing well. You're doing him.
yeah, but
a
Maguire is
disservice.
this, man. Like, Maguire can
He
come
has
out
been
and
very
score 2
consistent in
goals
the
and
last
be, 10 out of
7
10
games.
performance, and then the next week he can score 2 own goals, right? Like, come on, like you gotta find players that are going to consistently perform for you week in, week out.
Maguire has been better than Onana, though.
Yeah.
True. The issue is,
Yeah.
though, we had this conversation about Maguire before, and I said, like, you have to think, even if Maguire's in, forget that I dislike this player. I've given him his props. He's in form right now, right? But even though he's in form, because of the profile of the man, the way he plays out the back, he gives the opposition time to get back into position. He takes three too many touches, in my opinion, and then he's making long ball diagonals. And even if he makes them accurately, our players, again, aren't chopping the ball. So he's actually quite ineffective, even when he's in form. He has good games, it's great. But his in form right now should be the bare minimum. And this is the problem. When you've been so shit for so long, respectfully, then you start to be in form. You're actually just, again, playing at your minimum. And people go, oh, well, that's the difference now. You were down here, there's your minimum. But actually, good form is here, and he's still here. He's not doing anything special. He's just doing the basics well, keeping us afloat. That's a squad player. He's playing like a squad player, and I'm cool with that because we need that right now. But he shouldn't be starting just because he's playing like a squad player. Like that's the reality.
Rhino hasn't said a word, but I wanted to hear it.
Go on, Brandon.
Listen, I've said what I've said. I know where this club is at. Like, even all this revisionism, hey, we should. It's long. It's pointless. We need to look forwards. The hair revisionism. Oh, we should have. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, but we should have done right now. We should have.
Yeah, but I feel like
one more season. And
you know what it is. I agree with you to a degree, to an extent, in it, but we have to look at where we are now and what makes sense moving forward, and that's how I'm going to try and think of as a fan in it. So
how do you move forward, fam? What are you saying? Are you dropping Onana?
You gotta rebuild.
Yeah,
Onana.
I get the whole thing that Will's saying as well, but then for me, that's not realistic right now. Right now, thinking about that Maguire should be gone. We just need to keep these players in form, and then maybe in the background figure out a plan. Like when these DOFs come in, we can say, okay, January we're gonna get this player.
I don't
next
mean
summer.
No,
you mean long term? Do you mean long term, Will?
Right. Yeah, because there's anything you do in the short term, because it was kind of the same thing for us, right? Mm-hmm. So from the time the Pochettino left, through the Jose, through the Conte, through the Nuno, all of that area, no matter who was the manager, they couldn't get the players. Like, they would get patches, we would get purple patches of form, but eventually they always regressed to the mean, which was just god awful, right? And that's I think you're in that phase right now. It's gotta be a complete reshuffle of the deck from top to bottom. And it's not just Maguire. I mean, it's the old guard, right? I think the reason the Spurs had a good start to this season, why even the fan base, even though we've lost 3 games in a row, we're still semi-positive, is because the vibe is completely different, right? The feel at the club, you've got 7 new starters. You know, we have 7 new first 11 players that are starting week in and week out for the club. We don't, and the big problem we see, like, why we were happy we lost to Aston Villa wasn't because we lost the game or we thought we necessarily, it's because we weren't seeing Eric Dyer playing that squad again. Even if Eric Dyer would have done a better job than Emerson Royal, it doesn't matter. We're tired of that old shirt, right? Like, we like the new clothes. We got some new clothes now, and we don't want to put on that old that old.
So what's
you know,
your
fit
short-term
anymore.
solution? Because long-term you can plan to get out these players and bring new players in. But now, what do you think is going wrong for the short-term to carry us to a position where we can start thinking long-term as well after?
I never thought
Pain.
I'll see
It's
this.
just pain. That's it. Pain for the end of the season. Just scrape it out. That's all you gotta do is just scrape it out.
Yeah, so that's
What-
where
what's
my mentality comes from. Right now, I just need to see us get through this season and think of the ways we can. So like you asked Neji, I don't know, maybe we have to bring in that other goalkeeper and see what he does, you know, just to see, because he is there for
No,
that
they can't
reason,
keep playing, though.
you know. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. The
Paul
other
Mitchell.
goalkeeper, Bayern Dare or whatever his name is, we have to bring him in.
Yeah.
They don't even know his
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I don't even know his name, bro. I don't know his name.
What
They
happened
don't
to
even
Paul
know
Mitchell?
his
I
name.
thought you guys were gonna be signing Paul Mitchell.
Oh my
Yeah, I don't know
God.
what's going. That's all gone quiet, man. That's gone quiet. I don't know what's
Yeah,
I
going
mean,
on.
he would be the guy. Right?
One
The
question.
players
So-
he brought in for Tottenham, Son, you know.
One question about Man
Vertonghen.
United
So-
because I know
well,
Nadia has
one
to
last
go and
thing.
I want to talk about Arsenal.
Yeah, one last thing. So, firstly, wasn't last year meant to be this year, basically? So, in a way, you sort of skipped what should have been this year in terms of going through this pain and learning
Yeah,
about
kind
the
of.
team.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
last year, you know what United fans kept saying was top 3 in a trophy or top 1 in a trophy, which I think just sort of masked the mindset. And I agree actually with Will. I mean, it was a very similar thing with Arteta,
You agree
and this
with
was the question I
Will?
was going to ask.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, but of course, listen, there's times we agree and there's times when we disagree. Is Ten Hag the manager or the coach, first of all? Do you
He's
know?
both right now, sadly.
Both, yeah.
So Arteta at one point was made the manager of the club. And I remember that, which means he had overall power. And that's when we had the old sort of that what was he? He was, I've forgotten what he was, the guy who brought in Pepe and so on and so forth. And it became a mess. And then the structure,
Don Raul Sanyeri.
yes, that's the Royals. That's right. And then the structure had to change where he was pushed back to being a head coach. And they said, actually, we're going to bring in Edu, we're going to bring in Vinay to actually work with you as opposed to give you ultimate power. So to Will's point, which is very true, there has to be a structure. There has to be sort of checks and balances for the head coach. If he's making decisions, even if he's the one that's sort of trying to build a culture and the culture isn't working. Look, Arsenal have had old players, and we still made it work. We had Rob Holding last year. We had Granit Xhaka last year. But the culture was changed because the structure was changed. So you can still work with some of those old players who people keep saying are cancers. Let's be real. Most of United's team that start now are not the same players who were there under, I don't know, who was the last man, under Mourinho. Most of the players under Mourinho have gone, right? If you look at reality, maybe there's a Luke Shaw's and so on and so forth, but the reality is he's brought in a lot of new players as well. So I think sometimes the default to go back to this excuse of it's the same players, it doesn't wash because you can still work with these players. It's what is the culture? Is Ten Hag the right building right
No,
culture?
we've definitely spoken about that, Neji. We've spoken about having wanting a deal with and whatever. Yeah. I'm only trying to speak about this game in the short term, but yeah, go on.
But this is what I'm saying. It does wash because if you've got a consistent amount of different profiles of player, and you're looking at the managers, right? Put it this way: Manchester City would never hire Jose Mourinho. His CV isn't one of the best. Manchester City would never go to Carlo Ancelotti and say, "You're my next manager." Why? Because their culture, like you're saying, and their structure has a style of football. So they would actually bring a manager who fits what's already been put in place. Manchester United have had so many random different managers. They've all got 1 or 2 seasons where they brought in some of their players. Some of the players that are brought in are commercialized. Some of them are brought in because we just need to fill gaps to say we brought you this player even if a manager doesn't want them. For example, Donny van de Beek, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And then the worst part is we can't get rid of them. If we do, we either get rid of them for free or we extend them for an extra year. We don't make money back. And the reason we can't get rid of them, majority of the time, is because our owners see our players as assets, not players. I was saying to my Arsenal friend a while back, you actually need to get rid of Aubameyang and Lacazette. And the reason I said it is because they don't have the right mentality. They're too much. He's like, no, but they're best players. I said, no, listen. If you get rid of them, you restart the culture. You have to take a loss. Manchester United do not take a loss on their players. We should have got rid of Maguire this season. The reason he didn't go, the final end-up reason is because we would have had to pay him out to leave. Glazers ain't doing that. So any manager that comes in wants to get rid of players. We're not taking losses, which then puts pressure on every time you bring a player in. Man United at the moment are the only club that can't make mistakes in transfers. Even though they're still even though fan base are expecting us to go where Arsenal are going, where City are going, where Liverpool are going. Pep Guardiola got rid of Bravo. Brought him in, got rid of him. Next goalkeeper. Pep Guardiola brings in Nathan Ake. You don't see him for about 2 seasons. 50 million here, 50 million there. Grealish, 100 million. No one's saying nothing. Why? Because it's okay to make those mistakes. They're not up there. But Man United, you can't do that. It's like, how are we meant to build if your structure doesn't allow you to build anything consistent? So the reality is, as a United fan, and I say this to Rhino, I have 2 options. I can either accept we're going to continue to be a mid-table club and stop saying we need to catch City and Liverpool and put that expectation on my club, or I can stand here and stop laughing more. I beg, please. I'm going to cry soon.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry.
Michael,
mad.
no, I'm not laughing at what
mad.
you say.
It hurts, man. It hurts, man.
Oh, Kimbo, yeah. I've heard we heard that on the man that
Kimbo
took a lot.
Slice.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! I can't. I just.
It's a new one for these like Rhino, man.
It's new for them, isn't it? Yeah. They've been calling me that,
man. My life.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry, Kimbo.
Have you got a fight later on? Have you got a street fight later on? That's just, like,
silly. Maybe no, but look, maybe if I got a fight, you could come and do the intro and start singing. You feel me?
Yes. Look at these guys, man.
Sorry, Nadia. I just saw the super chat now and I'm fucking.
Nah, it's all good. I thought you were laughing at the pain in my voice.
No, the pain. Listen, I've had 9 years. I've had 9 years of shit at Inter, so I lived it. And
I hear it, but yeah, just to land up.
The difference between me and you is that every year I thought I would win the league, and I'll come 7th.
Yeah, don't worry about that, man. I've not. Yeah,
I've never been that. You have a lot of people that said you'll finish 1st, 2nd, 3rd this year. A lot of them.
Yeah, but a lot of based on what perspective? Where's the perspective?
To be honest with you, it's Anna. I was one of them that said you're gonna make top 4 because I saw this coach making progression. You just freaking regressed out of nowhere.
But
and
me personally
progressed out of nowhere. Spurs progressed with a new coach that I have never watched before. So that was a surprise. Aston Villa, Unai Emery got them playing very good football.
Yeah,
I thought you would progress. Nobody saw this regression.
I did. I got
that much. Come on.
I did.
Bro. Rhino, you see my receipts in it. What do I always say in the group chat?
AG said it still.
Check my receipts. Yeah. Even before the season started.
I believe you.
I believe you. I believe you then. I believe you.
There's still time though. Anything can happen though. That's the only thing, man.
True.
And I wouldn't be surprised if at the end you finish top 4 or top 5.
Specifically, Mo, I'll tell you what I said, yeah. I said we've taken, with the signings we've brought, we've taken 3 steps back to go 5 steps forward. And right now we're noticing the 3 steps back and it's painful. And I don't think he'll be able to ride it out. I literally said that. And I said that because he's prioritized signings in a way which I don't think he should have done. I think he's used the money incorrectly in the way. And me personally, I was just looking for him to go 1 step forward, none steps back. Because that last season was decent. Yes, he's tried to change the way he's tried to play football with the profiles he's brought in. But to my man's point at the top, I don't know your name, brother, with the sick red cap. I actually want it, to be fair, we can trade after. Yeah, the snapback. But to my man's point, these profiles need a structure around them to be effective. And he isn't going to get the time to bring other profiles in and replace, like I've just said, because you can't replace players, and replace those players in time for these new signings to work out. So for me, it's a long project. You're going 3 steps back to go 5 forward. We should have kept the defense that we had last season, maintained the style of football we had last season, and just go and buy some strikers and forwards. So at least then we know we're going into a season going, we're defensively sound, but now we're adding goals to that. If you have 2 seasons strong of that, the first season and this season, then next season you can go, right, okay, I can get ONANA in now. I can take a little bit of a regression. Because at least you give yourself 2 seasons of a cushion to go, let me make these big changes. He's not done that. So that's my biggest criticism for Ten Hag. And I still support him, but that's my biggest criticism.
Listen, I'm going to give Rhino the last word about Man United because now the fun part comes in Arsenal. So
Arsenal.
Yeah. To be honest, I echo what Naji's saying, and as I said from the start of the show, I'm just waiting for more positives and just hoping for more turnarounds. And I understand that the problems that we've identified are problems we've always had. So until I see newer problems, obviously, even with ONANA, He's always had the shaky moments. You feel me? I was happy that the last 2 months he's been performing in like upwards kind of direction. Now he's had another stinker. Let's see what Ten Hag can do. Right now, there's still time to change it around. We're not listen. We are dead. We've been dead, a dead team. So when people start saying, "Oh," people start moaning, or people act like it's a shock, it baffles me. 3-0 at Everton, like I said, we played worse against Everton and still won 3-0. We played worse. We played better today and drew, which felt like a loss. So we just need to kind of just see how it goes, man, and hopefully it can turn around.
I'm not sure if who's gonna. I know Naji is gonna leave. Of course, Ryan will stay with us because I want to have your say on Arsenal. I know Naji has to go.
Yeah.
He told me beforehand. Thank you. Appreciate you, Naji, for joining. Of course, and I feel
appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet the panel as well, man. Thank you for taking in my tears and the banter, man. It's been nice, man. But I'll see you guys soon, 100%, man. More every time. And guys in the comments, make sure you like, share, subscribe if you're new. Do you know what I mean? Go support Mo, man. Do you know what I mean? Absolute legend in this game. So yeah, man. Shout out to you guys, man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Cool, man. God bless.
God bless. All right, then. Okay, number one, before we start Arsenal, let me just do Hannah here. Hannah Grace is saying, I like Will. He's entertaining. Still not over the Diaz disallowed goal, but we move.
Stop simping for Will. Stop simping for Will, man. Jesus Christ.
Now, I'm not sure if I should be asking the questions or Arsenal fans, especially. I'm going to have Canopy first talk because he has been quiet. Arsenal sensational, 6 goals. Odegaard, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, all scored. Plus a pity penalty for Jorginho. Is that how did you see that?
Well, what more can I say? I have a fantastic team. The team keeps on getting better and better tactically. And tonight they were ruthless. And I think we're the first British team in history to score 5 goals in the first half. Ever. It's never been done. We did that today. And what can I say, man? Arsenal is just a super team right now. And Declan Rice, Saliba, Gabriel, those three, that beautiful triangle. Rice, bro. Oh my God. That beautiful triangle. Gabriel Jesus lost the Champions League. Saka already has 9 goal involvements in the Champions League already. This is his first time ever in the Champions League. So let's just keep on going strength to strength. I just want to play an easy team in the second round. And quarterfinals, let's meet the Bayern Munichs and the Real Madrids. I'm good for now.
Oh, you're not confident that you can beat any team in the competition?
Have you ever won a trophy in your life?
Yeah.
No,
there's 4 actually.
What is that? Is question have to do with the answer? I'm really trying to get.
He's not even meant to be here. What's he doing?
You don't even know how old I am, right? I'm 43 years old.
That's even
won 4
worse.
trophies in my lifetime.
You lived older than Moses, and you haven't seen a trophy. That's worse. If that's like supporting 4. Blackpool or supporting Exeter or supporting Wrexham.
We've seen European trophies in my lifetime. How about you?
How about you're a Tottenham fan. The last time you saw a trophy was black and white, bro.
Answer the question. Have you seen a European trophy in your lifetime?
Chill out.
Will, technically in the 90s, we actually won a European trophy as well, which is the Cup Winners' Cup. So
has he won a trophy before? Tupac was alive last time Tottenham won a trophy.
Oh, I just asked the question. If the answer is yes, the answer is yes. Right?
Leave the two.
If you were a Man United fan, I would say, okay, yes, he has a point to prove. He's seen trophies.
But don't act like you guys have more trophies in Europe than we do. Don't act like you guys have more trophies in Europe.
Come on, man, Big Angie, you should be.
Have shame. Be honest.
Right now, you should be picking the lingerie you're going to wear for Sunday because Sunday you're going to get
bigger in Europe, Tottenham or Arsenal?
Well, you're going to get
bigger in Europe, Arsenal or Tottenham?
Arsenal? Are you even bigger than Everton? Come on, bro. Come on.
What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question? What was the question?
He said, "Who's bigger in Europe, Arsenal or Tottenham?"
You're not even bigger than Everton, bro. In
Europe. What does that mean, bigger in Europe? I'm not
more
getting
trophies.
That.
Who has more European trophies, Tottenham or Arsenal?
Come on,
it's a simple question.
Come on.
It's a simple question.
Hey, Mo, you might have to check that one, Mo.
Wrexham has more trophies than you.
No.
Who has more European trophies?
Secondary school in Nigeria has more trophies than you.
Okay.
Secondary school in Nigeria has more trophies than you.
Let's be logical.
I'm talking about Arsenal. Not talking about other
Tottenham
teams.
Tottenham have won more UEFA Cups than Arsenal have won European trophies. But the reality is that those UEFA Cups when they were won, we're actually seen below the Cup Winners' Cup in terms of
We've won a
rankings.
Cup
So it's a
Winners'
bit
There
like,
was no
won
television
a Cup
I know
Winners'
that.
Cup.
broadcast during that
I
period. What are you
understand that.
talking
We won a
about?
Cup Winners' Cup.
It
We
wasn't
won
on
2
TV.
UEFA trophies.
Did you
The
see
Cup
it on
Winners' Cup
TV?
disappeared. The
And-
UEFA,
Okay,
the
guys,
UEFA Cup
can I
UEFA
tournament
Cup
took
came
interject?
after.
locally.
Guys,
What are you
Exactly.
talking
So
about?
I'm
again,
just
this is
saying,
my show,
I'm
and
just
I want to
saying
interject. Okay, can we talk about Arsenal now? Not
Please,
talk
can we
about
talk about
historical
serious
things.
They're
teams
the
and
ones that
teams
brought
that
it
win
up.
trophies, please?
Here's
I don't
okay. So
understand
hold
what
on.
this is.
Can it be? Let's talk about Arsenal now. Here is the main topic of today and why Will is here. Will provided an argument while he was here last time that Arsenal this year aren't good enough to actually finish above Spurs, and he provided reasons. Okay, are you gonna
Are Spurs good enough to finish above Villa?
wait? Let me
That's what he
finish.
should be
Let me
asking
finish.
himself.
Let me finish. And he said that Arsenal aren't good enough to be in a title race. The reason why today is because today Arsenal played very well. I brought. By the way, I brought Will when Arsenal won against Manchester City. Will is always here on the channel. Will actually was here when Arsenal drew to Spurs. So Will was here when Arsenal won against Manchester City, when they drew against Spurs. He still thinks that Arsenal this year have not been great to be in a title race like Man City or Liverpool.
So what about his team? That was in the title
See-
race for
What
one.
see,
about
that's
my
not-
team?
see,
let's not do
That's
that.
not
Let's
the
do that.
question, can it be?
Let's-
Okay, I would do
let's-
that.
That's
Okay,
not
I
the
would do that.
question.
You're
And
not
I
even
get what you're
confident to
saying.
play a team like Bayern
sorry.
Munich in the
But I just
in the
find it
round of
funny.
16,
Let's-
and you want to laugh at
I
me?
find it funny. Hold on. I find it funny that somebody that knows nothing about winning anything has an opinion about
Well,
winning.
What do you-
no,
what do you
I
mean,
think
Will,
I
I
think your
don't know about
argument is
winning
wrong.
anything?
Sorry, let me respond. I think your argument is wrong. Do you think an Everton fan, do you think, for example, a Genoa fan, do you think a Real Sociedad fan cannot sit and talk about football objectively?
Nah, they can't talk to
No,
a
what-
defensive
How?
fan.
The
and
How?
a
question
fan.
was
No,
to
they can
ask
talk
Right.
in the last
objectively
10
about
years.
football.
In the last 10 years, when was the last time you were even in the Champions League, my man?
When was the last time you won anything,
year.
bro? You're like going to be 100 very soon. You haven't seen a trophy.
Obviously, besides
Come
this
on, don't
year,
do
when
this,
was the
man.
last time you were even in the Champions
all
League,
right,
my man?
wait. Okay,
I think I sang
let's-
Champions,
Oh,
Champions.
stop. Let's
When was the last time
let's
you won the
attack-
league,
Gonna be,
my
I
man?
really
20 years.
Will,
want to
Were
do
you
this
even
back
alive
and
the last
forth,
time
people.
Arsenal won the
Can we
league?
give Olo a chance to speak? Olo is the what? Can we give Olo a chance to speak?
His Alexa's gone off.
Alexa's
My
going
Lex
on.
is going off.
Alexa, stop.
There we go. That was me. So let's attack the arguments. Let's not just go into petty sort of who wins, and who doesn't win. So do you want to answer the question first, Will, or do you want me as an Arsenal fan to answer the question, or the other Arsenal fan?
What was the question that was that? I asked the question, why aren't you confident to face a quality
Oh, no,
side
so-
in the round of
so
16? That was the question I
in my-
asked before, yeah.
In my opinion, I think Arsenal should not be scared of facing any quality side in round of 16, because I've always got this thing of, listen, if you're going to win something, you have to beat the best sides. You can't dodge, you can't hide away from it. You have to beat the best sides. At some point, you're going to play Bayern Munich, or you're going to play Real Madrid, or you're going to play PSG, or I was going to say Inter, but sorry, more cheap shot. Or Man City. You're going to. I took a cheap shot at Inter Milan. Don't worry about
Anyway,
that.
you're irrelevant to us, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, there we go. Listen, 5-1 at the Sensational.
And we won.
I still
By the way,
remember
you
that.
won 5-1. At least we scored.
I'm
We went to
joking.
your ground. Okay, let me respond to that. So to finish this, we went to your ground and beat you 3-0 first. So
Okay, but we still came back and got
5-1
back
and
with
3.
5 goals.
Okay, whatever.
It's still 5. Was it 5 point in the end? No,
Obafemi,
anyway,
One goal difference, and you're bragging about it. 1 goal difference.
the reality is that
We're not on the
as
same
a-
planet. Inter and Arsenal aren't on the same planet. But let's not talk about Inter now.
of course. But the
Obafemi
reality is that
Martins.
I still think that, look, like I think Arsenal should not be scared of any team, because if you're scared of a team going into the competition, then you should be in that competition. You should be in it to win it. And this has always been my view since even last year, the first time I spoke to Mo, which is no matter who you have in your team, the aim is to believe you can win a tournament. So for me, in terms of are we scared of playing any sort of round of 16 teams? No, I say bring it on, and we'll see what happens. That's just my view, personally. So I'm not.
I think that's a good view. That's a good view to have. You want to win it, right? Like you should have. This group, it would have been an embarrassment if you didn't top this group, right?
No,
One
I
of the
disagree
easiest
with
groups
you.
in the
I actually
conference
disagree with you,
competition.
Will. Why?
It
Why
would
do you
be an
think that, Will?
embarrassment.
It's
Come
one of the
on.
easiest groups in the entire competition.
It would be an
No, Man
embarrassment.
City's group is
It would
much
be an
easier.
embarrassment.
Yeah, okay, that's Man City's group. Man
I
City's
actually
gonna top
think the other
group,
one.
but
I
this is
think
one
Sevilla have
of-
way more
It is
experience
one
than.
of the easiest
Okay, so let me
groups in the
get
competition.
let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Who has more experience in the Champions League with the group, with the squad they have? Arsenal or Sevilla?
In the Champions League,
In Europe,
Sevilla.
who has
Sevilla.
more?
Sevilla.
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 Who has, to be honest with you, who has a tougher ground to go to Sevilla in Spain or to go to the Emirates?
Emirates.
I disagree with you.
No,
Going to
Emirates.
Sevilla is very hostile, and a lot of
yeah,
people
Sevilla.
said that.
Sevilla's got way
A
more.
lot of,
way
and
more
I'm not
credibility
saying
in
that.
Europe than
That's not
Arsenal
knocking
does,
down
for sure.
Arsenal. That's not knocking down Arsenal. But going to Sevilla, based on testament from a lot of footballers, they said it's very, very tough to go there to Spain, to this part of Spain, and play football there. It's very hostile. My point is, Arsenal did well. I want to praise Arsenal for topping the group. I don't want people to say that, yes, Arsenal, you should have topped the group and you topped it. No, Arsenal topped the group with a game in hand. With a game in hand. For the first time, some of these players has never heard the Champions League anthem before. They played like men.
Well, none
and
of them have.
Okay, some of them. Odegaard played with Real Madrid.
Well, Odegaard.
Saliba
he's
did.
on the bench,
Saliba.
My
I guess.
point is,
Must be
I'm like,
Marseille.
some of them never did. I want to praise Arsenal for a couple of reasons. Number one,
Zinchenko,
they went to
Jesus.
Sevilla and they beat Sevilla in Sevilla. Right? They actually came back. Everybody told them you're not going to even qualify, including I doubted Arsenal after losing to Lens. And look at us now. 5 games in, Arsenal
Arsenal's
in
always
the
gonna
round of
qualify.
16, top of the group. So I don't want to take anything away from
Arsenal's
Arsenal.
always
People
gonna
talk
qualify
to
in
tell
this
me I'm an
group.
Arsenal fan.
Look,
but no, it's
Mo,
not.
I'm sorry. Like, regardless of their European pedigree being really, really bad, because it is. I mean, that's just facts, right? The fact that they're supposed to be the best, you know, according to Arsenal fans, they're the best team in England, right?
They're
winning the
deluded.
league
That's
this
completely
season,
different.
right? Right. I know it's
We're
different.
top of the
I know it's
table right
different.
now.
But
If you're
they're,
top of
they're
the
the
table
best
right
team in
now, you're the
England. They're
best.
winning the league. They should be topping this group easy if they're the best team in England.
You
That's
sound
just
so
facts.
bitter.
They
Ah,
won't,
say-
they won't get past the
sounds
Real
so
Madrids, the
bitter.
Bayern Munichs, and all of those things. That's
Oh
fine.
my
Those
God.
guys, the AC Milans, those guys have European
Why would
pedigree
anybody be a
that
Spurs fan and
exceeds
not win anything?
past the league. But these guys are
Just-
supposedly
Can I be-
the
We'll give you a
best
chance
team
to
in
answer.
England right now. They should be topping this group. They should have gone undefeated. They shouldn't have lost a game in this group.
Oh,
I think
Jesus.
So-
that's.
Can we have somebody who's in the Champions
hold
League
on.
and
Wait,
please
they're the
give
best
us an
team in
opinion
England.
about
Has
the
Manchester
Champions
City
League?
lost in their group yet?
This is not the
think-
Carabao Cup.
Listen,
They're not even in the Carabao Cup.
I think that's a bit cheap to say we've got to win every game because in Europe, like when we
Has
played
Man City
Lens,
lost?
it was a hostile.
Has
It was
Man
a
City
hostile.
lost?
Yeah, but we're not as good as Man City, and if
Then you're
and
not the best
fans,
team in England.
But no one said that. Here.
Nobody said that. The people that
I've
said
not
that are
said that.
Arsenal
deluded.
fans are all over the place.
Yeah,
saying
but
they're the
that's
best team in England.
that's
They're the
14-year-olds
title
that
challengers.
haven't
They're
even-
winning the league.
That's
What are you
14-year-olds that
talking
haven't even watched us
I
win the
thought
Premier
Twitter
League
was
before. man.
the real life. I thought Twitter
The
was
thing-
real life.
Listen, I feel like
Yes,
this whole.
it's a reflection of some
Okay,
of the
so then what do
majority
you
of the
mean
fan
nobody's
base.
saying
Yes.
that?
But
Everybody's
none of
saying
these
that.
guys said that. You're here to debate these guys, not the fan base. So
Bro, he's a
if you're
Tottenham fan. What do you expect? They're
Okay,
stealing
no.
backs now.
seriously,
This guy-
seriously,
I
Will,
don't know the guy's
seriously,
name.
Will. If you're gonna talk about
The
Arsenal fan,
gentleman's
I'm gonna
name.
tell you.
Okay.
I started the show, Will, with saying one thing. I bookmarked so many tweets today for Arsenal fans. With some of them are friends, and I met some of them I spoke to, and they said, "We will win this. Europe is ours." For example, Gunnar Solskjaer, God bless you, bro. But for you to win against Lens at home and to say this competition is ours from now, I love the positivity, but that's over the top. If
So let
you're
me ask you a
talking about
question.
this, Will, I agree with you. Some of the Arsenal fan base are deluded. The same
So let me
people
ask the question. Let me ask the question then.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
to the gentleman in the top right corner, are you the best team in England and will you win the league?
Listen, no, we're not the best team in England. I think that's stupid for anyone to say apart from Man City fans. But can we win the league? Yes. Will we win the league? It's not guaranteed. No, you can't
I
guarantee
didn't
a
ask
league. when
can.
Man
I
City
said
are in.
will you
No,
win
no,
the
no.
league?
Let him finish.
But you can't. I don't. I think it's. I think it's a disrespect to Pep Guardiola, to Man City, to everything they've done to just say we will win the league. I don't think anyone can say that.
Well,
I
then
don't.
you say
I think
don't
that's.
know.
I think. But then I say. But that's what I don't know. But I think we
Yeah.
can. I believe
anybody
we can.
can.
I believe
Leicester
we have the
can,
tools. I believe we have the
Tottenham
tools. I think we've
Tottenham
shown the
cannot.
quality.
Cannot. Bro, You have
But
to
he
get
never,
that
but
man
he never
sitting in
said
a dress.
Tottenham. But Canopy,
What?
but he never said Tottenham well.
He said everybody can, but Tottenham can't. So let's put him in check.
Why can't
please. Let's
Tottenham?
put him in you can never in your life, never,
Okay.
you.
That's a
Tottenham.
logical statement.
Winning
Right.
and Tottenham don't go together like water and
Dude,
oil,
you can
bro.
sit here and spew
What are you
gas all
talking
night
about?
long. It doesn't mean what you
Bruh,
say makes actual sense.
in your
right?
wildest dreams.
So let me ask you the question: are you the best team in England, and will you win the league?
I'm top of the table mathematically.
No, that's
says
not my
I
question.
am.
Are you the best team in
I'm
England,
answering your
and
question.
will you
I'm
win
answering
the
your
league?
question. You see the point. I'm on top
It's a
of the
yes
table
or no
right
question,
now,
man.
bro. Calm
So
down.
the answer is
relax.
yes, Canopy. So the answer is yes.
Relax. I'm answering his question.
Okay,
Relax.
okay.
I'm top of the table right now. I'm the best team in the league right now, and yes, I can win the Premier League.
Okay, and I was the best team in the league 2 weeks ago.
Bro, you were. It was you.
Oh.
You were always gonna fall. You were always gonna fall. It was bound to
Why
happen.
were we always going to fall?
Honeymoon is over. You had a new manager bounce. The media
The
deceived
questions,
you.
answer the
You
questions.
thought you were
Ryan.
going to win the league with, all right, mate. Sorry, mate, with your highlight, mate. But what happened? Man City's
What
coming.
happened?
It's going
Our
to be
4
4
best
in a
players
row.
got injured.
See
That's
my
what happened.
fingers?
In
4
one
in a
game.
row.
Well, not
all right.
One was
All
suspended,
right.
3 injured.
Wait
Olo,
again.
before we go on, I need to do this, to be honest. Arsenal v Inter in the knockout stages. I wouldn't like that. I would like to face an easier team, but if I face Arsenal,
Easy money.
I would face Arsenal. If I would face Arsenal, I'd fancy my chances probably more
Easy
than about
money.
6 or 7 other teams. So yeah.
Easy money,
Queen Nadra,
bro.
that would be
Easy
absolutely
money.
amazing. Thrilla from Manila saying Canopy just makes any stream very entertaining. Yeah, of course he does.
It's all gas. There's no substance to what he says whatsoever.
Bro, what's your substance? Where's your substance? All your trophies,
Substance,
cockroaches are climbing
facts,
all over
data,
them.
actual
Rats are living in
common
your
sense,
trophy cabinet.
rationale,
Stop.
not
Can
just
we- can we- wait,
bloviated.
Can we stop?
we not-
Feel it in my bones, Mo.
Yes, please. You guys
Feel it in my
respect the
bones,
view.
Mo.
Take it
Guys,
easy,
guys,
mate.
guys,
I feel it in my bones, Mo.
guys. Wait. Can we do an actual discussion and
AFC.
I like
Blaze.
Will.
I'm
I like
Blaze.
Will. I like Will.
Blaze.
I'm definitely trying.
Blaze is saying AFC shouldn't talk about UEFA Champions League ever using Ken logic. Ken. Oh, what is
Who's
that,
Ken?
Blaze?
I don't know what
Who's Ken?
Kensian? I don't know
It's a
what Ken
Tottenham
was.
fan. It's a Tottenham fan.
Is it-
Don't worry.
is it Barbie dolls and Ken in here or something? What's going on?
Okay, I don't know. Oh, Queen Nadra saying Kulusevski over Saka.
No, Saka's better than Kulusevski.
That's
Okay.
criminal.
He's okay. Here you go. Saka is better than Kulusevski.
Will, I like Will. He knows the
That's-
truth, but he has pride, so it's cool.
Step back, merchant. Guys, let me do this. Step
I
back,
respect the
merchant.
pride,
is-
man. I respect it.
Guys, while I do these super chats, there's 500 people here. Hit that like button for me, please. It helps the channel massively. Step back, merchant is saying Arsenal fans should keep quiet. They have no pedigree in this competition. First win one Champions League like City, then you can have the arrogance to be talking crazy, but you haven't even won EPL title in 20 years. Anybody want to take that?
Yeah,
I'll
I
Yeah,
think,
take
but we're
it.
still the third most.
Listen,
Not you. It's not you, Will. You're not an Arsenal fan.
listen, I think the thing is with Arsenal, yeah, I think the post always gets moved for Arsenal, right? First, it's you've got to top the group, it's easy. We top the group with a game to spare. Oh, you should have won every game. Listen, at the end of the day, we were phenomenal tonight. We done what we needed to do. We got the win. We're through to the next round. We can be positive. Like it's not against the rules for a team to be positive, even if you ain't the best. Yes, I do believe that on a day we can beat any team in the competition. My thing would only be in the latter stages if you get a Real Madrid and that their pedigree in the competition, I think, and their experience in the competition will overshadow our qualities. And I think that we'll just not be able to get past them. That's just me. Listen, I'll go into the game with hope that we can win. But if you get Real Madrid in the semi-finals, like I don't think we got the experience for that, right?
Yeah.
But that's how you gain the experience.
Okay, I need to finish
playing.
them. There's too many super chats, people. Only one Arsenal fan can respond. Sorry.
Yeah.
Top of the group and beat someone 6-0 and will say water is wet, but we show resilient to win against low blocks. But then the performances were shocking. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Are we really acting like Arsenal is the one that created all those 6-0 chances? Are we really hiding over the fact that that Saka's goal bounced off his chest and he was surprised that it hit him? Right, like
Saka's goal. Did you see Gabriel Jesus' goal?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
now
there
you're
were one
being-
or two
He's
good
a
goals. Hold
Tottenham
on, hold on. I didn't say
fan.
they
Don't
all were
worry.
that way.
Okay, let me respond to
But
him.
the center
Kanemi.
backs were running away from the ball in their own box in that
Okay,
first
so
half.
hold on. So that's the argument. Well, when people sit back and Arsenal win 1-0, people say they don't create enough. Now this team opened up and tried to press. Arsenal annihilated them, destroyed them. So that means if teams go out and leave the spaces for Arsenal, Arsenal will destroy them. That's logic here. There is no other. And you tell me Lens are bad? Well, half the Premier League are bad. The same thing. It's the same thing.
No, but
Well,
the way Lens
and-
played in that
and-
first half
and-
was awful. That
exactly,
goalkeeper,
which is
Okay,
a lot
but-
of teams in the Premier
awful.
League do that well.
Will,
A lot of teams in the
I've
Premier
but
League
never
do
seen a
that.
really-
goalkeeper perform
Will,
that poorly in my
Will.
life.
Will. Here's the problem with your arguments, right? This is where it kind of fails. Is that the logic you're trying to use to sort of to explain what you're saying doesn't make sense. It's either Arsenal are not good, which means that we shouldn't be able to create those chances, or we're good enough to create those chances, and actually teams are just defending differently against us. The reality is that even if the ball bounced off of Saka to go in, we still go into the position to score that goal, right? So there was still a creation to get to the position to score. It wasn't like it was a long pass from the goalkeeper that one of the head of the other goalkeeper then hit off Saka and went to the net. There was actually a play beforehand which showed the quality of the Arsenal team and the fluidity that you have said doesn't exist in this Arsenal team. So your argument and your logic about it's
hold on. That
prior,
could be
I said
true.
prior to the goal. I'm not talking about how the ball went to the net. I'm talking
prior to the goal.
Can you accept? Was there quality there?
No.
So then you're
In that particular goal, and I'll tell you why. Hold on.
Tell us why.
Your argument could be correct if your buildup of play in that sequence was exceptional to the point that it forced an error from the goalkeeper and then it just happened to bounce off Saka. Yes, 100% right. You created that chance. The goal the shot right before that was right at the keeper, and it was their whole back line was running away from the ball in their own box.
But you're talking about the shot. I'm talking about everything.
It wasn't like 7-8 passes. Boom, boom, shot, goal.
How did we get into the box? How did we get into the box to take a shot?
See, this is what happens.
So that isn't quality. Wait.
No,
Let's not do that. The thing I think you're doing right now is that if, for example, okay, you talk about Ange Ball, right? If Ange Ball, which is talking about high pressing, like you always say that's what it's all about, this new Tottenham team. If Tottenham press high and win the ball back, you say that's a great example of Ange Ball. If Arsenal
No, stop. You can't continue on because that's not true, right? For example, in the 2 goals when we pressed them against Fulham and we won the ball back right high, everybody, maybe not Mo, but Hassam, all the other people said that those 2 goals that we scored were jammy, right? They gave them to us. We were lucky.
Forget
right?
Will,
Same thing against Arsenal.
Will, stop. I'm talking about you, not them. I'm talking about you. What do you think? Not what do they think? Because that's irrelevant to my argument. My argument is that do you think it's quality for Tottenham to press a team from the front and win the ball back?
It's intentional. It's intentional. But it's not
is it intentional? So you're praising Tottenham for doing that, but if Arsenal do the same thing, you're saying it's not good. That's why the logic doesn't make sense.
No, it's not a contradiction. So a contradiction is A and not A at the same time and in the same sense, right? So
yes.
A and not A at the same time and in the same sense, right? So what I'm saying is that what I mean by breaking a team down is when the play starts in your half and it's 5, 6, 7, 8 passes, cut, and you're cutting through players, and then boom, you're in on target and you're shooting. That's what I'm talking about, creating chances. Okay, turnovers is another aspect of the game, right? Where you're pressing high, you cause errors, you win the ball back. That is also an aspect of the game, but that is a different sense of what I'm talking about. You're equating the two. When I mean by creating chances is breaking teams down technically and tactically.
Let me just say
not them turning the ball over in their own box.
Before you go, I'll let you go one last thing. My point, I'm not saying equating pressing and creating a chance. I'm saying you praise Tottenham for pressing and winning the ball back. But now when you spoke about Arsenal doing the same thing, you just said it was basically lucky.
Hold on. I do not rate a turnover in a press the same as a build-up play that cuts a team
But do you-
open and puts it away?
Forget
Are they
that. Do you
both
no, do you
good?
rate?
Yes.
Do you rate? No,
The difference is,
I'm
hold
asking
on.
a specific question. No, I wouldn't know. I can't
by
let you
the-
go because I'm asking. a
By the way,
specific
this is the
question.
last thing because I need
Will.
to
Yeah,
respect the
give me
people
a
that
second.
are paid
Will,
their hard-earned
what-
money
what-
to get involved in
one
the
more thing.
conversation. By the way,
One more thing.
Okay.
Will, one last thing. I'm asking a specific question. Do you rate Tottenham when they press and win the ball back? Not is it better than breaking the team down?
Yes,
Do
of
you rate
course.
Tottenham for doing that? So that means you must rate Arsenal for doing the same thing tonight then.
Of course.
There you go. That's my question.
okay, let me
Done.
do this. Let me do this. Oh, I got a chance.
Doesn't mean you
Taron
create tons
here.
of chances though.
Taron Mohan with a good donation to the channel. Thank you so much. W's people for Taron for the good donation. Will scored an own goal when he said that based on how we feel that we are one of the best in England, we should expect top of the Champions League group. Since he himself expected us to be top of the Champions League group, he must have thought we are one of the best. Can you answer that? You can read it again.
No,
if you
so
want.
my comment about them topping the group would have been an embarrassment is because of their expectation for their own club, right? The whole thing that I've been hearing all season from people in the fans, from people in the comments that'll come in the comments of this show and dog me, all that. And by the way, if you want to dog me, you got to pay a super chat to do it. That's the only ones I'm going to respond to in the chat is in super chats. You've got to. I am judging them based on their standard. I'm doing an internal critique of their perception of themselves, not an external one, right? Do I think that Arsenal is a better team than every team that's in that group? Yes, I do. I think you're a better team. I think the top 5, 6, 7 teams of England are better than the most teams in all of Europe. I rate the Premier League far higher than I do most every other league, right? Germany, Spain, Italy being close. France, way down the list for me, right? Portugal, France for me is way down here, right? Unless it's a team like PSG, right? They're the only anomaly. But the rest of the teams in France, average, right? Mid-table in the Premier League at best, right? So I'm judging them based on their own expectation for themselves because that's how I have to judge them. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm doing an internal critique of their position to show why their expectation is fallacious.
All right.
Listen, to go back to quickly what.
No,
what
I
you
need to
saying-
finish all.
Oh,
No, sorry, Giuseppe. I'm gonna let you talk after I finish the super chats. Step back with another one. He's saying last time Arsenal made a relevant run in the Champions League group, Bush was still the president of the United States. Like, stop arguing with these guys.
100%.
Come on, bro. Come on.
No,
Don't
wasn't
do
it
that to
Obama?
Arsenal fans. I think that's it. Might be a no. Yes, actually,
No,
that's
it
a
was
fact. That's
It
actually
was
a fact.
Obama.
No,
Yeah.
Obama was
Semi-finals of
2009.
I'm happy.
No,
somebody
Obama's
spent
2009.
money.
Hold on.
Semi-finals.
Obama was 2009 in power.
Semi-finals against Man United, we lost. So that
In
was
that
that was a
2008 or
relevant run.
9?
No, it was much later. It was when Ronaldo scored from the car
Yeah,
Obama
so
park.
it's 2008. Obama was not president. It was
Yeah,
Bush.
he wasn't president until 2009.
Oh.
You got it wrong. So yeah,
Damn.
good super
I'm
chat.
happy somebody spent money to be stupid though. It's fine.
He's right. He's not stupid. Don't call me
Nah,
stupid just because
stop
when
them
they're actually
fans.
saying the
People don't know
truth.
anything about trophies.
Just because you
man.
don't like
Come
the
on,
truth
man.
doesn't mean that they're
The
stupid, my
truth
man.
is you don't
Okay,
win anything.
Danny
It's
D.
like that.
Danny D saying, don't let number 4. I don't know who number 4 is on anymore. Fraud, baby, bye. I don't know who's
I'm
number
sure he's
4.
talking about me. So
I don't know who's number 4. So, but yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, Danny. Han is saying, as an Arsenal fan, please stop gassing like we are Madrid. We don't
Exactly.
have UEFA heritage. Us and Spurs fans beefing on Champions League is a mid-off. Well, I think that's reality, though.
yeah, we haven't won it, but we've been far more successful in the last 10 years than they have.
Yeah,
You
but they
watch
have
the-
been.
the
But
reason
hold
they
on.
got trophies-
The response to
You
that
watch
is that they
trophies.
have been way more successful.
What
Way
trophy
more successful than
With
you
the
in the
Audi
Champions
Cup,
League in
with the
terms of
Audi
point over
Cup,
the last 30 years. Well,
with the Audi Cup? We've had 5. Ateta even has an FA Cup, more than Tottenham's entire history. Then let's not talk about Wenger's 4 FA Cups. Please calm down, man. What's the
Okay, so
Queen
you sprinkled
Nadra-
a few FA Cups. Congratulations.
Win one.
Look,
If
the reason
you
why I'm
win
gonna tell you
one-
right now why I don't
if you
respect
win
Arsenal.
one, Will.
I
If you
started
win
watching
one,
the Premier
Will,
League.
I'll
Hold on.
fly you
I
to
started watching
Nigeria.
the Premier League in
Now live
2006.
in my house.
And
Take
what,
my
other than
women.
a few FA Cups, what has Arsenal done since I've been a fan of English football? Fuck
Bro,
off.
When did
have you won
when did
the Premier League title before?
Nothing.
Have you won the
Stop.
Premier League title
guys,
before?
Nothing.
Stop.
Have you won the Premier League before?
I don't want this
respect
to turn.
United.
I don't want this to
respect
turn
City.
into
I respect
a.
Chelsea.
You won the Premier League
I
I
don't
don't
title
respect
want
Arsenal.
before.
You guys
Before-
are irrelevant.
You know what it
Guys,
is to
Kennedy
be
and Will.
unbeaten?
Kennedy and Will,
History
can you
SC.
guys?
You know what it is to go unbeaten? Do you know what that is?
You're getting cooked,
Guys,
my man.
I
Harry
love
Kane
the
left.
banter. I
Harry
like
Kane
the
left
banter.
to go
It's
to
fun.
Bayern Munich. You're here talking about getting cooked.
Guys,
So-
I
wait,
like
sorry,
the
wait,
banter.
wait.
Leicester is bigger than
Guys,
Spurs. What are
guys,
you
can it
talking
be? Well,
about?
I like the banter and everything, but as long as it doesn't get, by the way, as long as it doesn't get personal, I'm fine with
This
whatever
guy
you
should
guys
not
want.
be here.
I don't
I
get
don't
personal.
care. You know, I know Will
Champions
doesn't
League.
get. I know Will doesn't care as long as it doesn't get personal. I know Kennedy doesn't care as long as it doesn't get personal. So let's just keep
I
it.
don't even care if it gets personal, but I'm not gonna back down
No,
from it.
because we're all. Come on.
You can't get personal now. Come on.
No,
now. What
I
else you wanna
don't.
tell
I
me?
actually don't.
You can't
Kennedy,
get
you know
personal.
me, huh?
Come on. I like Will.
I mean, he can
I
say
like
what he
Will.
wants.
like
I don't
Will.
care.
I like Will. I like Will. You know, some people
Will.
rather live in a burning house because
Will.
of pride. So it's fine.
Will.
You
Okay,
can
let me
sleep
do
in
the super
garbage,
chat,
sleep
and
in
then
the
we move
gutters.
on. Let me
That's
do
your
the super.
business.
Mo, go Mo.
I need to finish this. Queen Nadra saying Arsenal will bottle the UEFA Champions League by round of 16. Just remember, Sporting beat you last year in the UEFA Europa League. So let me tell you something. You cannot bottle something unless it's in your hand, right?
Also, sorry, Mo. I hate this argument. You can't use last year to say this was going to happen this year. Each season is played on its merit, right?
100%.
So when Porto won the Champions League, no one expected them to win the Champions League, but they won it. So take your $4.99 back, man. This was a stupid comment. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's right.
I don't get angry.
He's right.
I don't get angry, but I hate.
This
Each season and each game is a statistically independent event. History is irrelevant. You're 100% right.
Guys, give it.
Yeah.
Of course, history is irrelevant. You will say that. Of course, you will say history is
No, because that's
irrelevant.
logic, my man. That's common
Hate
sense
history.
rationale. Logic 101.
History. No. But that's actually can it be? Okay, just a logical statement in this year's Champions League for the likes of Arsenal, Man United, right? History is irrelevant because you don't have recent history in that because the players that you have didn't play Champions League.
No,
For Inter,
you
we
see-
can say
no.
we have players. I know what you're talking about, Kennedy, but I'm saying
Oh, I get it. You're an Inter fan. He's a Manchester United fan. They can talk all day, but not the Spurs fan. Spurs.
Why? We
Okay,
were
can I-
champions
can I
last
say-
season,
can
and the
I-
season
can I
before, and
finish
the
this?
season before, and the season before,
this is
and the season
gonna-
before.
This show's never gonna finish. Han is saying still big up.
San
the
Antonio
win.
Spurs want to suit up now because they win things. What are you talking about?
Still big up the
I don't
win.
even know what you're talking about. It's been a
Yeah,
long
okay,
time since
okay, I
San
need-
Antonio Spurs won anything. So
And still big up the win. But let's chill. It was 6th place Uber Eats team. We aren't favorites for the EPL. Be realistic, please. That's an Arsenal fan, by the way. That's a logical Arsenal fan.
I think that's rational.
That's
I got no problem with
Akil,
fans like that.
Akil is saying, I'm sorry, but who cares in a 6-0 win that one? Goal was not of a high quality. Speak on Jesus,
not one,
Martinelli,
it's
Odegaard
multiple.
goal. The post moved every time. I actually
no.
think Arsenal were sensational today. Gabriel Jesus, that goal he scored showed composure, which people,
Gabriel Jesus
people
was good coming
said-
back.
some of the people said that Gabriel Jesus lacks composure in the 18. When he shows composure, now people don't want to speak on it.
No, the cutback was great. Great cutback goal. I think Odegaard's goal was deserved. The rest of them, though, were pretty shaky.
No, Gabriel Jesus
Martinelli's-
absolutely brilliant.
They ran away from
Martinelli, hold on.
Wait,
What
wait,
about?
wait,
Okay, hold on.
20 yards in the
Well,
18-yard box.
I'm gonna be objective. What about Martinelli dribbling 2 guys and putting it far post?
He didn't. He had 10 yards of space when he
What?
kicked that shot. They
The guy
sat
was
there
very
and
tight.
watched him.
Oh no, what? No,
Yes.
go on.
You
I
wanted
think
Lance to
want the
play a high
highlights.
line, mate.
No one
You
I
wanted
touched
think
Lance
you
to
need
play
to watch the
highlights.
highlights for real.
High line,
Watch
mate.
it.
You want
Watch
a
it
high
back.
line, mate.
That's what Son does all the time.
Debate
in terms of-
D Brown.
with
D
a
Brown is
yard and
saying,
half
why
yard of
is
space
this?
with 3 guys on him.
Okay, why
Not with
is this
10 yards? Not 10. I'm exaggerating.
He
obviously,
didn't
but
have
at
10
least
yards. He didn't have
3
2
yards
yards.
of space.
Well,
Easy.
well, he didn't
They
have
sat
2
there and
yards.
watched him.
You
No,
want
he
a
actually
high
cut
line,
past.
mate.
He actually cut past the player. But let's continue to super
Okay,
chat.
why is the Spurs fan here? He's a. I don't know what that word
A
means.
human monkey wrench.
I don't know what that means.
Wind
It's
up
a
merchant, I
tool.
guess, is what he's going at.
It's a
'Cause that's what I
tool,
get
yeah,
paid to
it's a
do,
tool.
man. That's what I'm good at. Winding you Arsenal fans way the
Yeah.
hell up. The whole chat. I mean,
Okay,
just look
You
at the
okay.
chat.
cannot
All
whine
night.
what you
Just
cannot
talking
Mo,
trash.
Mo,
You guys
Mo.
are more
I need-
excited that I'm here.
I have
you can
3
talk
left,
trash about
and
me
then
than
I
you are
have
about
3
watching the rest
left,
of the show.
and then we can go. I have 3 left. Taylor is saying,
Wait,
big
wait.
up Mo, 6 Arsenal goals. Maybe we can do a show of Will finding faults in each one.
No, I
Tottenham
already said 2 of
bias
them were
is
great.
cute.
I already said 2 of them
But
were
why
I
great.
think you're
I've
biased.
already crushed your bias.
So wait. By the way, did you see Havertz moving like Muller in the box?
Yeah,
This man, this
Sky
guy.
Havertz. Did you see
I
he
told you
came
he's
out?
coming back. I told you.
Okay, once you said that, now
And
the
people
banter's
call
gonna
me
start on you. Kai
delusional.
Havertz is shit.
Jeez
Listen,
Louise.
I am
you say
dying
so.
on that. I am
goes in
dying
2
on that.
games.
You guys are
I
like, you
love
guys
that
gonna
shit.
die on this Kai Havertz support thing. Like,
2
SE
goals in 2
saying
games,
whatever
Mo, I
Spurs
love that
won
shit.
since 2006 compared to Arsenal. What have Spurs won since 2006?
The Audi
compared to
Cup.
Arsenal? I don't
The
know.
Audi Cup and 2 golden
Since
boots from Harry
2006,
Kane.
we won the League Cup in 2008.
And Arsenal won 3 FA Cups.
Man,
Congratulations.
4,
I think it's
5.
six.
I don't rate
Six,
domestic cups.
My point is, to be
highly.
honest with you, in the last 20 years,
They
both
count,
clubs,
but I don't waste them
and
highly.
I'm being neutral, I'm not being an Inter fan, both clubs are so mid because I only rate 2 competitions, Champions League and
I
Premier League.
agree. I
That's
agree.
it.
I'm
For
saying
me-
I'm the same thing.
for me,
I don't rate domestic
If
cups
my
that
club
much.
wins the cup in Italy and people celebrate, I say, yeah,
You
celebrate.
can't rate any
but it's
cup,
not
bro.
good.
You don't win any. You talking about don't rate any cup.
Mo-
What can you
I
rate?
rate
We
the
told
leagues
you
and
they
I
just
rate
won the
Champions
League
League. What are you
Cup.
talking about?
When?
Mo, next time, only do to
2008.
the
When?
Champions League should debate the Champions League.
Before 50 Cent got shot or after 50 Cent got shot? When was it? Let me know.
What are you talking about?
Okay, Queen Nadra, that's a good one. Queen Nadra, why
You
did?
asked me. The super chat said since 2006, what trophies have I seen Spurs win
And you answered
in the League Cup? That's one.
objectively. You
That's
answered
what I answered.
objectively. Yes. Queen Nadra saying, why did Arsenal not won the 06 final when they had better team? They had a red card, Queen Nadra. Just go check it. Better team. I don't think. And also they
Bro,
were
this
playing,
Will's
they were
burner
playing
counts, man.
Barcelona,
Will's
who's one
such a
of the
supportive friend.
greatest. Okay, just to answer that, Queen Nadra. Arsenal, yes, they had a great team. Barcelona had one of the greatest players to ever play the game in one of his greatest season to ever be, which is Ronaldinho. Samuel Eto'o
Or Julie.
was ridiculous. Oh,
Julie.
Ludovic Julie was absolutely amazing. But that's the answer to that, Queen Nadra. That's the answer to this. Ronaldinho was Ronaldinho. By himself, he was a half team.
And Etu as well,
And Etu.
and Juliet. I mean, that front
Han
three
is
was amazing.
saying, well, I am in the us too, and I know the only reason you are
US.
a Spurs fan. I am in the US too, and I know the only reason you're a Spurs fan is because of Dempsey and Howard, nothing else. Is that true, Will?
Well, I mean, Dempsey
How
is,
would you-
is one of the main reasons.
Let
I'm a
him
huge
answer,
Dempsey
Olo.
fan.
Let him answer why he became a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
no, but Howard didn't play for Spurs.
Howard
It
didn't
was
play. He's
Keller.
talking about Friedel.
Keller.
Brad Friedel.
Friedel, Brad
Yeah.
Friedel.
Casey Keller.
Brad Friedel played for Spurs, guys.
Casey Keller.
Thierry
did as
Henry
well.
used to
Keller,
always
yeah.
to rip
Casey
him
Keller, yeah.
apart.
Okay, Will.
But yeah, he's 100% right. So I got into watching football for the first time because, believe it or not, by my accent, I am an American, right? And the sport wasn't large here, right? Up until the last, still not that big here, but it's getting a lot bigger. 2002 was the first World Cup that I ever watched. 2006, I got way into it, you know, and then when Dempsey went to Tottenham after Friedel being there, that's when I became a Spurs fan. So I've been a Spurs fan for about 10 years.
Okay.
I don't know why people are laughing about 2006. I mean, that's longer than most of the people in the chat have been alive. So, I mean, that's
Well,
it's not like
okay.
I just started watching
one
it
more.
yesterday.
One more. This ends the. Come in. This ends.
What a beautiful story.
This ends with them holding an L.
No trophies.
We will be there laughing at Arsenal in May. Cheers. I'm gonna hold. Step back, merchant. Be here on this channel. I will be here. But again, the difference between some Arsenal fans and the people that say they will win, I actually think it's context. If Arsenal go to the Champions League semi-final or quarter-final, lose to Real Madrid in a manner that is not humiliating, that's an achievement because that's the first year. If they go toe-to-toe with City towards the end of the season, that's an achievement. So that's what it is. You want to laugh because you're a rival? Absolutely fine. And you can hold receipts for the people that say we will win the league. That is it. Jay here has been a member for 1 month. Mo, just mute everyone when you have to do super chats next time. This is painful. Thank you, Jay, for the. I just don't like to mute my guests because that's disrespectful in my opinion.
Queen Nadra is such a sad Spurs fan. It's okay.
Queen
And she's
Nadra-
coming back.
Forest
He's coming back,
with,
mate.
Forest was two
I don't
Champions
think
League,
she's-
and Spurs was 0.
She's
It's-
saying
Queen
Arsenal
Nadra
and Spurs
isn't
was
that-
0. I don't
she's
think
not
she's a
a-
Spurs
she's
fan,
not
man.
She's taking a dig at Spurs, not Arsenal. Just to let you know.
Oh, okay, Queen. I'm sorry about
And
that.
Arsenal. She's taking a dig at
I'm sorry
Arsenal
about
and
that.
Spurs.
It's okay. They always take a dig at you. They dig up your grave. Nothing is inside. Boom.
Arsenal fans
No
got
trophies,
little man
nothing.
syndrome, right? They think
Bro.
they're relevant and they haven't been in the last 20
Your
years. and
problem
so they
is
talk,
your problem
they talk
is
like
when you start winning
chihuahuas.
trophies, you'll be like me. Just smile.
Can we talk
That's
one
what
at
your
a
trophy
time?
cabinet
One at a
sounds like when
time.
they
Just
open it.
one at a time.
Like Scooby-Doo trying to solve a mystery. Just when they open those
Become relevant and then talk chest. become
Anyway,
relevant, then
are
have
we
chance.
okay? This is the last chance for you guys to send some.
Seriously.
500
listen.
people here. Can we get to 300? And I'm gonna get Giuseppe a chance to speak
Yeah,
now. Oh
Jesus.
my God, people! The guy has been
Jesus.
waiting
Hey,
for.
He's been
listen.
trying to speak
40
for
minutes.
ages.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. It's it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be up at 6. I ain't got this energy.
telling
fam,
you,
to keep
man.
questioning. But it's hard work. But now listen, go back to Will all the way back. It's been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes since.
I got a good memory. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But like, first of all, I don't know why Arsenal fans, why we're trying to argue with Will about that goal. It was a jammy goal. The Saka goal was a jammy goal. It is what it is. We got to accept that. Yeah, it is them. You get them. You create your own luck. When you're dominating a game, you do create your own luck. But it was jammy. There's no reason to argue that, right? But I do think that we had four goals of quality in that game. I think the Odegaard goal that we haven't even spoke about.
It's great. Odegaard, I said it was great. Odegaard was great.
Quality goal.
Yeah,
The Jesus goal was quality. I thought Martinelli's was quality because even before that ball, I don't know if he meant it or not, but that ball, the switch from Tomiyasu to set him away was phenomenal.
It didn't seem like it looked like he was trying to clear it, but it didn't matter because Martinelli's run and drive was great, right? And I think what Martinelli did was great. I think the strike was good, the finish was good. The thing that I thought was jammy about it was their center backs literally just stood there and watched him. Like when he cut back inside, right towards the center of the box, they just stood there. Nobody tried to even put pressure on him at all. It was almost like I think he was shocked himself. All right, I'll take a shot at it. Boom, goal. Right? Like
the thing is,
the defending was awful.
That goalie as well. Someone check his passport. That brother,
I know, right?
60 years old. That guy looks 60 years
Onana's
old.
cousin.
Getting paid.
But
Onana's cousin.
But at the end of the day, like Arsenal won 6-0. Not many teams do that in the Champions League groups. Like we've seen Man City play young boys and play some team that I don't even know who they are, and they haven't won 6-0. So you got to give the credit to the 6-0, the credit to the players.
I'm gonna have the last. I'm gonna 100% Giuseppe. I'm gonna have the last question for everyone on the panel. Okay, it's very simple. Like Rhino hasn't even said anything, and he sent a super chat.
What's that to say?
I'd like the video, people.
Rhino is on the panel with us. Big up, Rhino. Thanks for supporting the channel. So guys sent the super chat. So guys, with all due respect, there's 500 people here. At least like the freaking video. At least give us those 300 likes. Come on. This is embarrassing, people. The guy had to pay his hard-earned money to just do that. Come on, hit that like.
Do you know what it is? I'm entertained, Mo. I'm entertained. I'm loving the rivalry. I'm just chilling. I don't even.
You have to send me Will's social media account. I love Will. I want to follow Will.
Oh yeah, 100%. You guys are both tagged in one tweet.
I like
you guys are tagged in one tweet. Okay. Raz is saying lemon red wasn't a red in 06. I don't.
It was a red.
I'm not sure. It was a red.
It was a red. He was outside the box. He brought the player down.
He brought a player down.
What people said was that the ref should have let the egg go because they had scored a goal. So actually, it was let the goal go on and leave it as 11 versus 11 versus going down to 10 men.
I have a meeting and I've been texted to have a meeting. So the last question about Arsenal is this the start of the fluidity back? It's a yes or no question with a little bit of elaboration.
No,
you want me to go first?
Not guaranteed. Not guaranteed. You can't get a win off of Lens and then say that's the fluidity back because Lens gets relegated out of the Premier League.
Yeah, all right. Okay, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes,
continue.
No. So that's all it is. Like, listen, it's a positive. It's a positive, but we need to see it against Wolves in the Premier League before we start getting carried away and that about the fluidity and about scoring all the goals. But what I will say is it is positive to see us kill a game off quickly in the first half. We ain't seen it this season. But yeah, like if I'm being real and unbiased, then I'll say that we need to see it in the Premier League before we can say the fluidity's back.
I think that's where Will was trying to go with it in the overall. Like he feels like he can't really, rate it like that because it's expected. So he needs to see something that can mean, you know what I mean? Will, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's not only in the way like. So, for example, if it was just 1 and 2 touch football, boom, 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 and they were just tearing Lens apart, and it was slick, I would say, wow, I haven't seen this from Arsenal since last year, right? Like, let's get. Are they back? Right? Is Tomiyasu in that right back role over Ben White, who's supposed to be world class? Is that the difference? Right? That's what I would say. But it wasn't like that, right? It was a little bit too.
But it doesn't matter though.
Bumblebee for me because
You know
we've
why
seen
it
we've heard
doesn't matter, Will?
PSV. Oh, because 4-0 against PSV, we heard it. 4-0 against Bournemouth, we heard it, right? And with 6-0 against Lens, we're hearing it now, right? But nothing changed in the league after any of those results, right?
It changed. We're on top of the table. What are you talking about?
Okay, so can we answer this?
I
Can we?
don't understand your point.
Playing the
It
16
changed. We're on
easiest
top
teams
of
in
the
the first
table.
16 games.
Right now, you're
Congratulations.
5th. That's what changed.
And we're only 4 points back, and we lost 3 on the trot, my man.
After Man City,
4
how many
points
points
back.
is going to be that? After Man City, how many
We'll have
points?
to see
Newcastle
after
is
Man
going to
City.
climb you. Man United is going to get ahead of you this weekend. You might be
We'll have
7th
to
at the
see
end of
after
this
the Man
weekend.
City game.
Listen, this
You're
weekend, come
getting
on,
beat,
Spurs.
bro.
So,
You're getting
so
Oh,
I can
Come on,
answer.
what?
I can
all
I
can
want Man
chime
City
in
to
now.
win. Fuck all that.
I can.
They're-
All right.
Will,
I can answer.
Will made Canopy want Man City to win against
Fuck all
Spurs,
that.
even
You make
though
Alright.
a player.
Man City are
Wow.
the
I'm not
direct.
celebrating a
This is
Tottenham
how
victory.
bad it
Never.
is, people.
Never.
It's the power that Will's
All right.
got.
All right.
Never.
All right.
Hussam, Hussam
If you even win,
is
I'm going to be pissed.
Spurs enemy number 1. Hussam, Spurs enemy number 1. Will, Arsenal enemy number 1. Go ahead. Olu. Last word
So
on this show.
I would say I'm going to say that yes, there's going to be a level of fluidity that comes back, and I think that what we'll start to see is Arsenal hopefully start scoring first, because I think once Arsenal starts scoring a little bit earlier in the game, unless teams have to come back and attack, you start seeing more of that. So I think there's probably been I want to say deliberate way of playing the game where when teams sit back, Arsenal don't just gung-ho and attack and leave themselves to counter. But I think as the team starts to get more fit and again start gelling more with themselves, you start to see earlier goals. And once earlier goals start to happen, you see a level of fluidity that comes back to the game because teams will have to open up an attack as opposed to just sit back and try to soak up pressure to hit in the counter attack.
Anyway, guys, this has been an absolute cracking show. All I wanted to tell you is Will Stewart's channel is in the
I didn't answer the
description.
question.
You didn't answer. Go ahead.
I didn't answer the question.
I'm sorry.
Everybody's
sorry.
talking
Apologies,
about
bro.
Everybody's talking about fluidity. Only Liverpool and Man City have scored more goals than us. Only us and Liverpool. We have
Aston
the best
Villa.
defensive record. Please calm down. We have the best defensive record in the league.
Let him finish.
We have the best defensive record in the league. And according to the manager, he sets up according to who we are playing on the day. Last season, we played fluidity. We played beautiful football. We lost the league by 5 points. Let's try something different this season. Let's be more solid. Let's get results on the board. We've beaten Man City. We dashed points to Spurs. We've beaten United. You know, we should have beaten Chelsea, but we're on top of the table. Fluidity doesn't really matter. Let's just get results and let's get it done.
I like the energy. He doesn't care about fluidity, only results, which is happening.
I've watched Arsenal entertain for years. It's fine.
People, I really appreciate everybody that liked the video, every super chatter that gave us, supported us on this channel. Absolutely brilliant community here in Footy Judgmo. Of course, Giuseppe, Unbiased Sports in the description. Rhino, absolutely phenomenal content is in the description as well. Will Stewart, of course, and Tunnel TV, waiting for Olo to start YouTube. Tunnel TV is one of the best reactions ever you will see on YouTube. Just go there, check their 10-15-minute video for reactions on the games. Will Stewart, thank you so much for being here.
Will, I still want you, Will, by the way. I still want there's still a few more things we need to
I don't
debate.
know, like all these people saying, but have that be back here after Mo. Have I ever hit? I came on this show after we lost to Aston Villa after a 10-hour drive
and Wolves
up for 24 hours, and I was here.
There's a few things that I need to.
No, Will never hides.
You're a real fan. That's the only thing I like about you. But you support the enemy.
Well, there's a few things about statistics that you use in the incorrect way, which I need to talk to you about. But that's for
change your club. Let's be friends, man.
One more super chat.
Saliba was the worst player on the pitch today, by the way.
AFC.
You're crazy.
Oh my God. AFC has been fluid in the UEFA in the Champions League games.
True.
So I can't stand this Will guy, but always he don't run like Sava. All right, that's a big up Sava. Somehow.
Big up.
Yeah, Will is actually a cool dude, yo. Will is actually cool. Big up to Will.
Thank you, people. By the way, Sava never hides. Just if you don't like his opinion, you don't like his opinion, but he never hides.
Yeah,
win or lose, he's always there. I like this about most of the Spurs community. They don't hide when they.
They've had to go through years of just pain, so it's just
they
natural
don't hide.
them,
I like
man.
that about most of them.
No,
Like Saba never hides, Will never, Jacob never hides.
20 years. So I don't know that.
Anyway, guys,
Will, I bought a black and white TV to watch Spurs' trophy, league trophy celebration. So
I'm sure you have to hit the TV on the side. Boom, boom.
Which one?
Guys,
well,
has been an
was it
absolutely.
69?
I need to finish this show.
Analog
Finish
FC.
the show.
Analog FC. Dead.
It was.
Dead
I
and
had to
alive.
get it and get the aerial as well to get it
Fully
to work.
dead.
Yeah, whatever.
Bro, there wasn't even Facebook the last time you guys won the league. What are you
We're going
talking
again.
about?
Bro,
Grandpas
Was
use
it-
Facebook.
Say,
Bro,
yeah, whatever.
you know
Bro,
the chicken that
it wasn't-
got
it wasn't
coronavirus?
I really have to
Mobile
That
go.
chicken that got
This has
coronavirus.
been
That's the chicken on your
absolutely
badge.
phenomenal. Guys,
Dead.
this is the most
Dead.
fun show we did on this channel. Thank you for
Oh
everybody
my
that supported us. Make sure to hit that like before we go. We'll see you guys later. We're out. Thank you so much. Absolutely, people. Thank you.